Good evening and welcome to this special telecast of Retail Jeweler India for GJPC's IIJS Premier 2025, which is going to start in a few days. So we have with us Colin Shah, past chairman of GJPC, and who also brought in many changes in IIJS, and the show is really become the largest show in the world. So Colin, welcome and thank you for your time. And what are your expectations from this year's IIJS Premier?
Thanks, Amit. Thanks for having me on this, I guess, virtual promotion that you're doing for IIJS. But always a pleasure and looking forward very keenly to this IIJS because, April, May, June was a little, on the slow side for the industry in general. So everyone's looking forward to August and, how this maybe pans out for the season ahead. IIJS this year it's larger than ever, So for some of us who've been there since IIJS number one, my first IIJS was in '96 with 10 booths. So from 10 booths to have now 3,500 companies, 40,000 registrations already, and there's always last minute another 5-10,000 people coming in. So 50,000 visitors. It's just getting larger and larger and little overwhelming, I guess, for the exhibitor, visitors, and even for all the council colleagues who are doing the whole organizing of such a mega event. So keenly looking forward. It's only getting better. For some of us who've been very actively involved and now on the sidelines, so as to say. But the show is only getting better. We're the only show globally, where facial recognition works, where the line, security, everything is quite seamless. The amount of pilferage, thefts is as good as zero. So the show is only getting better, and even in terms of quality of, I guess, the jewelry which is exhibited, and the kind of visitors that we are drawing not only from India but all over the world has really, I would say, improved a lot over the last few years, especially.
Great. Thank you. Yes, people are really looking forward to the show. We know that 𝐂𝐸, your organization, has been really at the forefront of design innovation, product innovation, and a lot of new things. And you also brought in your experience from international markets to India. So what are the new product lines or categories which you are going to showcase at this year's IIJS?
So, Samit, we do natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. We do natural gemstones as far as, and even the lab-grown and synthetic counterpart. And we are also manufacturing jewelry in platinum, gold, and silver. So, considering we cover the entire gamut of things, we will have new collections in all our offerings. So one things which which we do very well with is our entry level 1 gram rings, which we have again a new collection this IIJS. We are doing extremely well with nose pins, which has become like a huge category for us over the years. And again, a lot of nice new exciting nose pins, and I guess even the way we do our the screw back is a little unique, so it's not easily available. So that's something else which we are doing. Now in gold, we will have a 995 offering for the first time. We were doing modern gold as an entry level fashion, younger youth, Western sensibility collection. But this year we're also launching 995, which is not so easy to manufacture, It's technically quite difficult. So it's up our alley because 𝐂𝐸 has always been, on the forefront, I would say, in manufacturing prowess. So that's our new thing on the gold side. So we will have a 995 offering. Besides, of course, we'll have new collections in our modern gold also. Besides this, we are part of, I guess, the new Indriya collection also, where, that will also be launched at IIJS. So we're part of that. Then in platinum, though, it's a continuation of what we had at the PGI show. But IIJS is where we've had this very nice, I would say, divine collection, where that's how we're calling it, even at the PGI show. So we have the next edition of that because we had a lot of success around that collection at the Platinum Guild show. So we'll have the next extension of it at IIJS. And in fast fashion, which continues to be our strength, we will have nearly 6 to 7 new collections, which are theme-based and very apt for Dhanteras and for the wedding season ahead. For especially the chain stores and the larger independent jewelers that we work with, that's something which will be unique and exciting for them.
Great. Now, with the government's recent approval of the 9 carat hallmarking, uh, how do you see this impact the diamond jewelry category? Because the people are really retailers are excited about this entire category, and we are aware that you are working with a leading retail chain in India already for the last 1 year or so, and internationally you have been anyway working with it. Can you please tell us, how this will impact the diamond jewelry category, and what should the retailer do about this category?
I guess gold pricing going northwards. So we've seen this change in all of us in the last 1 year, where the gold price went up by nearly 35%, and even the platinum price went up by 40-45%. So we've had a scenario where the raw material price, especially on the metal front, and silver has gone up dramatically. Now, unfortunately for all of us, say income levels in India have not gone up as fast as maybe the metal prices have gone up. So our customer is very budget centric. So if they have 1 lakh rupees to spend, they have 1 lakh rupees to spend. So they don't necessarily have 1,35,000 rupees to spend. Now, in that same amount, he or she is still expecting the same amount of look or feel, in the kinds of jewelry that they're wanting to buy for wedding or for an anniversary gift or father giving daughter. So they're still expecting that kind of look. So the only way today manufacturers and then retailers can give that same look in that budget is going down in the caratage. And that's why we've seen progressively in India, first predominantly we were 22 carat, which then became 18 carat. Then in the last few years, we've seen 14 carat become like a norm. And now I think 9 carat, especially in jewelry, which is 10,000 to 2 lakh of rupees, will become a norm. Where that's the only way we are able to get that, I guess, entry level customer for our category into the store and still excite him and her enough with that kind of budget, because you will need that certain amount of grammage to be given in that particular price point. So I think 9 carat is here to stay. It's super that hallmarking also has come in. So that will bring the consumer confidence also in with this category. And with consumer confidence and with the offering which I think the entire industry will have in the next couple of quarters, as more 9 carat jewelry hits the counters, we will see it becoming a mainstream category for sure.
Great. And what is your advice to retailers, and their buying teams who are visiting the show? What kind of categories, caratage, or design direction they should be looking at? Also, we are aware that, you are also working on gold for the last 1 or 2 years now. And there is a category in which retailers are testing an MRP concept in gold jewelry. So, can you share some details on that and advice? Because there's a lot of young jewelers who will be watching this, who have now taken over in the businesses from their fathers and mothers. So what will your advice be to them when they come to IIJS?
See, one clear advice would be is to look for a differentiated product. One good thing which IIJS offers now and has been offering for quite a few years is just the sheer variety of manufacturing which happens in India. So I guess we have top manufacturers from all across the country at IIJS. All are working very hard between Signature, Tritiya and Premier Show to make sure that their best offerings are there in time for season. So when you keep this in mind, and with the fundamental changes happening in India where rentals on the high streets are going up, retailers have to spend more on marketing to drive that consumer traffic into their stores. Everyone's challenge is walk-ins and consumer coming and then consumer conversion. Now that is happening only with excitement in the category around design and innovation. And when you do design and innovation, there is a certain cost attached to it. So I guess most retailers across the country are under pressure on margins. And if you're under pressure on margins, you will need MRP product where you're not necessarily giving an entire breakup to the consumer. And hence, if you have to achieve that at your store, then the only way you can do it is if you have innovative and design-led product. So IIJS is the perfect platform for, I guess, retailers to walk around the show, and a lot of manufacturers, including us, have new innovative products which will give them that edge to push retail into the MRP zone and not the breakup zone.
This financial year, which is going on, the FY26, There have been the first 3 months have not been very good. After Akshaya Tritiya, things are a little slow. But last 15 days or so, it has picked up. Even at the retail, it is picked up, and the price has been slightly stable. So what is your expectation for growth this financial year versus last year? We know that last year also at IIJS, things started moving very strongly, and then the main season really did extremely well. So do you think the same thing will happen, especially now with the season a little coming forward, like Navratri is starting on 22nd of September and Diwali is also on 21st of October. So what is your prediction for this financial year versus last financial year?
Samit, see, over here, what we're looking at is there's a lot of global uncertainty, and India is not totally, I would say, decoupled from everything which is happening all over the world. It seems like the US-India trade deal may be in some kind of jeopardy based on whatever we are hearing in the media last couple of weeks. So I'm saying if the India-US deal doesn't happen, if Russia-Ukraine war continues, Israel-Hamas is still not settling down, and China has not come back as a big powerhouse. So India is a little, I guess, not so decoupled. But at the same time, we've seen our GST collections and income tax collections being very robust. Our stock markets are still holding up. So if India grows at 5-6% GDP growth, this year, I think the jewelry business will also have, say, a 8 to 10% value growth. But considering 35% prices went up, I think we all will see a dip in volume by 15-20% in terms of tons being sold or carats being sold. The good thing is that natural diamond industry, after being, I guess, at all-time low last year, seems to be coming back in the last quarter, globally and in India. So on the natural diamond side, I think we'll see some stiffening of prices, some amount of shortage at Diwali, and a bounce back happening with all the promotions, Natural Diamond Council, everything that we are seeing around us. So I think on gold, we'll see a slight dip in volume, but it will make it up with value. And we'll have more 9 carat, 14 carat. So somehow the volumes will maybe be made up with lower caratages. In natural diamonds, we see some amount of comeback. In lab grown, there's still a lot of retail distribution being set up across the country. Silver continues to be very strong. Polki continues to be very strong. So overall, as an industry, if we see a 10-15% value growth, I think it will be very good considering what's happening globally and in India.
Great. Finally, the project Indra, I wanted to just ask you because you're part of that program and De Beers and DJPC is really powering it on, and it's launching on 3rd of August at consumer side also, and at IIJS also you're launching it to all the retailers. What do you think about this alliance, and where do you see and what do you advise the retailers? Because retailers need to sign up, and the Bestie collection looks a very good concept, which will be launched at IIJS this year.
See, concept-led jewelry is definitely here to stay, and it's only going to get stronger and more powerful. So, of course, with promotion being done around the Bestie concept, a lot of advertisement money will be spent come this, Diwali. I'm sure it'll, bring some amount of footfall to every retail counter across the country. But one of the challenges which has historically been there over the last couple of decades, and Samidhi and you've been closely involved in several avatars, I guess, on the diamond side, is consumer awareness on the category. So the education which maybe, should have been done or should be done on the counter is maybe a little lacking generally, I would say, in India and globally on the natural as to why a consumer should, sometimes it's investment led, sometimes it's about the desire, sometimes it's about being the ultimate gift of love. All in all, I think we could all do a better consumer awareness job. And that's what Indra is offering today to the entire industry, that let's educate the consumer about the romance of a natural diamond. And I think if it does it effectively, at least this category will stay protected in India.
Okay, thank you very much, Colin, for your time and great advice to the retail community and also the manufacturing community. And we look forward to seeing you at IIJS on July 30th. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.